52 drones, not military grade, not sophisticated guidance systems, not hypersonic. Just 52 modified commercial drones, the kind you can order online, each one carrying a 40-kilogram warhead, launched simultaneously, coordinated, targeting one vessel. USS Abraham Lincoln, the most powerful warship ever built by human hands. The Houthis had studied every previous Red Sea engagement for 18 months. Every U.S. Navy defensive response, every gap, every hesitation, every moment where the cost of the interceptor exceeded the cost of the threat. They found a real weakness, and they built 52 drones around it. At 3:17 a.m., those drones left the Yemeni coastline heading northeast at low altitude. Sea skimming. GPS jamming activated across 200 kilometers. 6 anti-ship missile batteries going hot behind them. Tehran's proxy had just launched the most ambitious non-state actor attack in naval history. It lasted 41 minutes, because the U.S. Navy had spent 3 years quietly building something the Houthis never factored into their calculations. Not a new missile, not a new ship, not a billion-dollar defense contract. A kill chain so complete, so fast, and so cheap to operate that 52 drones became 52 neutralized contacts before a single one crossed the Lincoln's inner defensive perimeter. This is how it happened. Give the Houthis credit for one thing. They understood economics better than most conventional militaries. ARIM-162E SSM interceptor missile costs $1.1 million. A modified commercial drone costs $8,000. Fire 52 drones at a carrier strike group and force it to expend $57 million in interceptors. And you have not just attacked a ship. You've created a strategic logistics problem. Every missile fired is a cell emptied from the vertical launch system. Reload requires a specialized port, days out of the operational area. The Houthis were not trying to sink the Lincoln on this night. They were trying to drain it, to force it out of the Red Sea for resupply, to prove to every shipping company, every insurance underwriter, every government watching, that the U.S. Navy could not sustain a presence in these waters without bleeding its magazine dry. It was a mathematically sound strategy, built around one assumption, that precision defense was expensive. That assumption was 18 months out of date. The APKWS rocket does not look like a game changer. It is a standard 2.75-inch unguided rocket, the same basic design used since Vietnam, fitted with a laser guidance kit. 4 mid-body fins, unit cost $22,000, against an $8,000 commercial drone. The math finally favored America. But the APKWS was only one piece of what the Houthis never planned for. At 22,000 feet, invisible in the darkness, an EA-18G Growler electronic warfare aircraft had been orbiting since midnight. Its ALQ-99 jamming pods were not active. They were listening, recording every Houthi electronic signature, every communication frequency, every radar pulse from the 6 coastal missile batteries. The moment the GPS jamming activated at 3:17 a.m., the Growler already had the exact frequency, pulse rate, and bandwidth of every Houthi electronic system in the operational area. Counterjamming did not need to search, it simply activated. GPS restored across the entire strike group in 4.3 seconds. And above the drone swarm, the P-8A, Poseidon Maritime Patrol Aircraft. Its APY-10 radar mapping all 52 drones simultaneously, speed, altitude, wave sequencing, which drones were command-linked, which were flying pre-programmed routes. All of it pushed via Link 16 into every cockpit and combat system in the strike group. 2 A-10 Thunderbolt IIs orbiting at 18,000 feet received that target list in real time. 38 APKWS rockets each, 1,150 rounds of GAU-8 ammunition each. Loiter time, 4 hours minimum. The Houthis sent 52 drones to drain the Lincoln's magazine. The Lincoln responded with weapons that cost less than the drones they were neutralizing. The math had flipped. 3:17 a.m., 52 drones launch. GPS jamming activates, 6 missile batteries go hot. 3:17 a.m., 4.3 seconds later, EA-18G, Growler counterjamming activates, GPS restored. Link 16, fully operational. All 52 drone contacts glowing on every Aegis display in the strike group. The jamming that was supposed to blind the fleet lasted less than 5 seconds. 3:18 a.m., P-8A completes swarm classification. Target list transmitted. First to 10 drops from 18,000 feet. 3:19 a.m., SM-2 long-range intercepts begin. 8 drones neutralized at 90 kilometers. 6 breakthrough, flying lower, below radar horizon. The ones the Houthis designed specifically to survive the first defensive layer. 3:20 a.m., first to 10 reaches 3,000 feet. Tactical display, 44 remaining contacts. APKWS pods armed. First laser designation, first trigger pull. Direct hit, engine destroyed, drone down. Second, third, fourth. The lead wave loses 4 drones in 40 seconds. Houthi controllers watching their screens see contacts disappearing. They do not understand why. There is no missile trail, no radar return from an interceptor, just gone. 3:22 a.m., second to 10 engages third wave formation, same sequence, silent precision, one by one. The coordinated 3-wave attack that was supposed to arrive in overlapping sequence begins falling apart at the seams. 3:24 a.m., Houthi controllers attempt to redirect surviving drones via radio command. EA-18G detects command frequencies in 0.6 seconds. Targeted jamming severs every drone-to-controller link simultaneously. 17 drones lose guidance, fly straight, predictable. The most dangerous swarm in Houthi history just became a formation of slow-moving, straight-line targets. 3:25 a.m., GAU-8 Avenger activates. The sound is unlike anything in the natural world, a mechanical roar that carries across open water for miles. 3 drones flying in tight formation, neutralized in a single 0.7-second burst. The depleted uranium penetrators do not need a direct hit. The pressure wave alone brings fiberglass airframes down. 3:27 a.m., rolling airframe missiles from USS gravely engage medium-range targets. 7 more neutralized, 12 remaining. 3:29 a.m., 12 drones reach inner perimeter. Phalanx CIWS activates on 3 ships simultaneously. 4,500 rounds per minute per system, overlapping fields of fire across every approach corridor. 9 drones neutralized within 8 kilometers. 3:31 a.m., 3 drones penetrate final Phalanx layer. CRAM point defense launches from the Lincoln itself. 3 missiles, 3 intercepts, 800 meters from the hull, 0 hits, 0 damage. 3:33 a.m., counterstrike begins. 8 Tomahawks from USS Gravely. Or 6 missile battery positions targeted, GPS guided. 3-meter accuracy. 3:35 a.m., a TENS transition to coastal strike. APKWS engaging Houthi radar installations. The targeting infrastructure that fed the 6 missile batteries systematically neutralized installation by installation. 3:39 a.m., Tomahawks reach targets. 4 battery positions neutralized in simultaneous detonations. The follow-on strike that was supposed to hit the Lincoln after the drone swarm created a gap, gone before it fired a single missile. 3:58 a.m., all operations complete. 52 launched, 52 neutralized, 0 hits on the Lincoln, 4 battery positions gone, radar network along strike corridor eliminated. 41 minutes, Al Masirah television broadcast their statement before sunrise. The Islamic resistance successfully struck the American aggressor in the Red Sea. The Lincoln entered the Gulf of Aden at 7:23 a.m. on schedule, never having changed course by a single degree. But the Houthis' real defeat was not on the water, it was on the spreadsheet. 52 drones launched, each one costing $8,000 in materials, Iranian technical support, months of preparation. Total investment, approximately $416,000, plus 18 months of planning time. U.S. Navy expenditure to neutralize all 52, calculated by defense analysts at approximately $3.2 million in interceptors and ordnance. The Houthis spent $416,000 to force America to spend $3.2 million. By their own economic warfare logic, that should have been a victory. Except the 4 missile battery positions that were supposed to survive and launch the follow-on strike, gone. The radar network that cost years to build, neutralized. The drone launch infrastructure, photographed, mapped, and flagged. The true cost to the Houthis that morning was not $416,000. It was everything they spent building that capability over 3 years. All of it, gone by sunrise. Here is the lesson that every non-state actor watching from a coastline somewhere needs to understand. The Houthis built a mathematically sophisticated strategy. They identified a real weakness in U.S. naval defense, cost asymmetry, and engineered an attack specifically designed to exploit it. 18 months of preparation, Iranian technical expertise, the most coordinated drone operation a non-state actor has ever attempted. And it failed for one reason. The U.S. Navy had quietly closed every gap the Houthis had spent 18 months studying. If the EA-18 G Growler closed the electronic warfare gap in 4.3 seconds, the APKWS closed the cost equation gap, $22,000 per neutralized drone instead of $1.1 million. The A-10 Warthog closed the persistence gap, circling for 41 minutes, engaging target after target, never needing to return to the carrier to rearm. And the layered defensive architecture, SM-2, rolling airframe missiles, Phalanx CIWS, CRAM, ensured that even the drones that survived every outer layer were neutralized before reaching the hull. The Houthis bet that 52 was enough to overwhelm this system. 52 was not enough. 100 would not have been enough. Because the system they were trying to overwhelm does not get overwhelmed by numbers. It gets more efficient. Every additional contact is just another icon on the Aegis display. Another target in the APKWS queue. Thus another data point for the P-8A to classify and transmit. The Red Sea is open. The Lincoln is in the Gulf of Aden. And the 52 debris fields scattered across 140 kilometers of open water are the most expensive lesson the Houthis have ever learned. Numbers are not enough. Iranian support is not enough. 18 months of planning is not enough because the U.S. Navy does not defend with one system. It defends with everything, simultaneously, at every layer, for as long as it takes. 52 launched, 52 neutralized. The math does not change. Here is what I want to know from you. The Houthis built the most sophisticated non-state actor drone attack in history, and it failed completely. Do you think there is any drone swarm size that could actually overwhelm a modern carrier strike group's layered defense? Or has the integration of APKWS, the Growler jamming, and Aegis made the carrier effectively invulnerable to this kind of threat? Comment below. I read every single one. If this breakdown changed how you see the future of drone warfare against naval forces, hit the like button and subscribe. Because the next classified file is already being unlocked. Trust me, you will not want to miss it. The events, dialogues, military operations, and outcomes depicted in this video are entirely fictional and created purely for educational and entertainment purposes. This is a hypothetical what-if scenario based on publicly available information about real-world military capabilities, weapon systems, and geopolitical tensions. No part of this video should be interpreted as a factual report of real events. All military engagements, casualty figures, and operational details shown are dramatized and do not represent actual incidents. We do not glorify war or violence. Our goal is to analyze military technology and doctrine in an engaging format. Viewer discretion is advised.